What episode did we say this was? I forgot.
44.
Jesus Christ. You guys are getting another homie episode tonight, and it's going to be a little on the shorter side. I don't feel good. I have a stomach bug. I don't want to be in the box for long. That's all you get on that. I also realized last week I kind of whiffed introductions. But let's be real. If you've stuck around this far, you should know who we are. But to all the new people, you have me and you have Squishy. And then we have Boink Papa once more. The man, the myth, the legend.
This is the fifth episode he's been on?
We've had him in quite a few.
Well, okay. So it's the first, this is I think the third that I'm actually interacting. The rest of them I was just kind of in the background. Just merging in with my surroundings.
You were there for the hot tub episode.
You got the hot tub. He was there for the hot tub, the plane. The homie episode you did.
Yep.
During Christmas. Last episode and now this episode.
We'll count how many times you're back there.
I've mingled more than I thought. Look at me go.
Set her in that camera more. That looks nicer. Alright. So I'm gonna actually just hop right into it. This first one, I've never heard of this subreddit to begin with. So let me move that out of the way. The first one comes from r/lesbian actually 2 days ago. And then was put into Am I the Devil? For reasons that you wouldn't believe once I tell you the title.
Okay.
Yeah. My girlfriend hit me. Do I leave her?
Sounds like a clear-cut answer so far.
That sounds, like a definite yes answer, but...
Right?
To see what the story entails.
Okay, we're gonna go out to this camera for this one. Okay. So, me, 29 female, and my girlfriend, 49 female, were sort of in the middle of it yesterday when she got a call that her daughter, who's an adult, has been assaulted and brought to the hospital. I was annoyed about the interruption, but went to the hospital with her regardless. She cried the whole time there. I've never seen her so wrecked before. Once her daughter was sedated, I pulled her aside and said something I shouldn't have. You don't have to pretend to be so worried. She's not even your biological daughter. You didn't carry her. You didn't give birth to her. You just adopted her when she was 6. You haven't even known her your whole life. I know this is just feeble justification for what I said, but I have Asperger's, which means sometimes I say things I don't mean only to realize later how offensive they were. For example, once had a friend who was suicidal, and I asked her which bridge with a blank face because I thought it would be funny. So yeah. Then my girlfriend slapped me. She told me to go home because she was staying with her daughter tonight. When she came home this morning, she was still very exhausted and it looked like she'd been crying all night. I spoke to her about what had happened and she said something along the lines of, "You deserved it, but I should have held back. I'm sorry." I said something about abusive behavior. I was abused as a child, which she knows, and she just said calmly, "I'm not begging you to stay where you feel afraid. Pack your things if that's what you feel like." You can imagine I cried a bit after that. We've been together for 3 years, and she has never once laid a hand on me before. Never even gotten close to it. She's gotten angry with me and my offensive stuff sometimes, especially when it's about her kids. She's very protective of them and loves them more than she loves herself, but I don't know what to do. I feel like she had the right to do what she did, and what I said was very offensive at a very hard moment for her, and it only dawned on me this morning that I shouldn't have said it. I wish I had the empathy of a normal person, but what can you do? My girlfriend is truly a good person. She's a doctor who raised 2 wonderful kids on her own. 99% of the time, she is very sweet and understanding. She always encourages me to be my own person and do what makes me happy. So do I try to talk things out with her or see how it goes from now on? Or also I created this account for the sake of this post. I've never used Reddit before, so hopefully I did this post the right way. Do you see why this is weird now?
I don't understand. Also, I just looked up for a minute and Mason's doing the Macarena beside me.
Hell yeah. Attaboy.
I'm wondering why I hear him breathing so hard.
Fucked up, I'm fat. Can't talk shit about my.
But like I like hear him moving and I hear him breathing and I like look up at the corner of my eye and I see him like moving his hips like for the Macarena. I just see him go like this. And I'm like, what? Why are you doing the Macarena, black cat?
You should be
He
used
said,
to
"Don't
spontaneous
worry
Macarenas,
about
not
it."
Squishy.
Either way, the story.
We
I
Macarena
don't-
anywhere, any occasion.
I don't understand. Like, I understand the whole point of like, you know, I guess not being able to really like communicate when like something's funny and like when it's not, and it may sound offensive and all that kind of shit. I understand that. But at the same time, like, at least her partner is at the point of like, look, I know what I did was shitty and I know you like have a past with it and you're traumatized by it, but if you feel scared, don't be afraid to pack your shit and leave.
So
Take it there. Because I look, with Asperger's specifically, I don't have much experience with it, but I do know people that live around that. And it can be literally as described. That shit. Those are blunt people. And honestly, sometimes it literally just doesn't come across at all in their head, like what the situation entails, what it means.
Mm-hmm.
Because a normal person either way would have thought, like, yo, like someone that's my partner cares about is in the hospital. We can put anyone in that context, especially if it's their adoptive daughter or just daughter in general. It's like in that circumstance, there's like literally no reason to downplay it. So I think in that situation, what they should have done is probably just like zip.
oh yeah.
Let's like not say anything about it. Just
Yeah.
be right there. Because if you understand that you don't have the same moral compass or empathy as any other person, you're aware of this, then you should know that, like, if you've gone through 29 years of life, at that point, like, if someone's going through something and they just need support, and anytime that you've said anything, it's just literally, it's ruined. It's like the worst possible thing you could possibly say. Just stay quiet and then like think about it later. Like what you were going to say, maybe write it down and then think about it the next day. It'll have the same effect of like, oh damn, I was about to say that. Thank God I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, when I tell you the comments fucking ate this person alive, the original post doesn't exist anymore. They posted this 2 days ago and deleted it.
I
So,
imagine.
because what bothered me with with this post as well is they're falling back on saying like, oh, well, I have a disability that doesn't, so I can't understand certain things. But in the beginning of all of this, she states that she was annoyed with the interruption of her girlfriend's daughter having an incident that required emergency care. And that was already
Yeah, I
like
understand not having
a
empathy.
weird thing.
I understand not having empathy, but just I don't know. Obviously, I think, yeah, kind of an asshole. Like, you really just should not have said that at all. And like, you deserve to get slapped. Someone said that point back to me about my child in the hospital, emergency care. It wouldn't have stopped for just a slap.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that would have been bad. And again, if we think about it, there's a 20-year gap. The 20-year-old age gap between the two. So honestly, if I could take off anyways, because I don't think she's gonna tolerate much more of that disrespect, especially when you did it towards her daughter.
So the comments out the gate on this, the first one says being autistic doesn't give you the permission to be an asshole and say something this insensitive to a crying, worried person. And for the record, she is her mother, and she isn't pretending to be worried. She's an idiot because why is she dating 20 years younger than her? Please break up. Other people are saying that slap is not abuse, but you need to break up. The big age gap between you two, you don't understand each other, and you do not respect her or her feelings at all. You don't love her, you only met her when she was 46, so why would you cry following your own logic?
Yep.
And it also does fall back of like, you are in your 20s, and you're not early 20s, you're almost 30. So even if you do have a disability, and yes, you're going to have hiccups throughout your life of like, oh, like, you know, kind of whiffed it on that conversation, you know? I would say even if you have a hard time communicating with people, you've had 29 years to at least register they are crying. What I'm going to say probably will not help, so it's better to just sit and say nothing.
Yeah. It's like my original point. It's like, if you know that whatever you're going to say is going to it's going to have negative reactions. You just know at 29 years old that the 75 to 90% of things you say have a bad reaction. You should at least understand that you don't say that to your partner whenever they're in this situation. So you don't even say shit. Just stay quiet. Literally just stay silent, do the occasional head nod. But to me, it seemed just because of the first sentence being like feeling annoyed that they really just didn't care anyways. And I think that's what that's inexcusable.
Oh yeah. I will say though, on a complete side note, just for the fact that I know everybody in this room has fucked up humor, the what bridge comment is insane.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, come on.
I'm using that line.
Funny. It was funny.
The next time Silver makes a comment to me,
flips before anything.
Screw honorable mentions. I'm asking what bridge.
Exactly. What are your top 5 bridges?
No, top 3. Top 3.
No, give me a tier list right now.
Twitter would not be prepared for that tier list. Jesus. All right. But
no one would be prepared for
I think
that
end of the
tier
night,
list.
the slap was deserved. They should definitely break up. And I hope somebody put what bridge, because, you know, I'm curious.
They say the Golden Gate Bridge. They're get out.
And with that bridge, we can jump into Squishy story.
Hold on.
I really bridged the gap between that. Don't hate me.
There was a
swear to
bridge
God.
between the start and the transition, and you definitely crossed it.
We're not making bridge jokes now.
I'm sorry, I don't mean to burn bridges with you.
I got her with that one.
I fucking hate it here, I swear to God.
Well, they got told which bridge. We just have to figure it out later.
Anyways, my story is on r/revenge. It got posted 4 hours ago. Don't know when this was actually posted.
Oh, beautiful.
So, the time. What?
Worry about it.
You should definitely worry about it.
I'm always gonna worry. Hey, don't kick me! Anyways, this is my ex tried to ruin my life, so I let her think she did until I took hers apart one piece at a time.
Oh!
This sounds like one of those TikTok voiced over ones with like
I know, right?
The Minecraft parkour or like the slime videos.
I, 24M, and my girlfriend, 25.
F.
Yeah. Okay. So, this isn't some petty she cheated and I keyed her car kind of story. This was deliberate, precise, and no, I don't feel bad about it at all. A few years back, I was with a girl, let's call her Jenny. To everyone else, she looked like a dream, smart, put together, charming when she wanted to be. But behind closed doors, it was the little things at first. Subtle digs in front of my friends, gaslighting, flirting with a coworker, and laughing when I called out, told me I was being paranoid. I should have ended it earlier. I didn't. That was my mistake. What finally broke me was getting fired out of nowhere. HR sat me down with a folder full of fake complaints, screenshots of emails I didn't write, and messages I had never seen. They claimed I violated a company policy, that there were multiple complaints that didn't even let me speak. Just packed up my stuff and escorted me out like I was a predator. What? This is why I can't leave him alone. Anyways. Took me a couple weeks to figure it all out, but I did. Jenny had manufactured everything. She spoofed the emails, forged the screenshots, even created burner accounts to send in complaints. She knew I was pulling away. She knew I was done with her and wanted to destroy me before I had the chance. I lost more than my job. My reputation was shattered. Mutual friends dropped me. My mom didn't know what to believe. I stopped hearing from people I had known for years, so I vanished. Moved back home, went offline, picked up freelance work under a new name, let her think I was broken, let her think she won. She had dreams of going to law school, always bragged about becoming a human rights lawyer or some performative shit like that. I knew she lied on her applications, claimed she'd been a first-gen student, even though her dad's a surgeon, made fake volunteer work. I knew she never did. I spent months gathering everything. Screenshots, emails, photos, found her resume, lined it all up with the truth, built a little digital package that any administrator's office would tear apart in 5 minutes. Then I sent it. Not from me, of course. It came from a concerned classmate who didn't think it was fair that someone could get ahead by cheating the system. She got blacklisted by all 3 schools she applied to. One of them even flagged her for application fraud. Her dad took a hit professionally when it got back to his network. She tried again the next year and got nothing. She still didn't know it was me, not until I went further. I sent the same package to her job. They fired her. I wasn't done. Made a fake recruiter profile, reached out to her with a fake dream job, senior policy advisor in Chicago, walked her through an entire interview process, sent her fake offer letters, made her believe she was about to move and start her next chapter. She started selling stuff, telling people she was relocating. I kept going for at least almost 3 months. And then I cut contact. Last thing she got was a short message from that fake recruiter email. Remember what you did to him? Now you know what it feels like. She's back to living with her parents now. Tells people she had a mental breakdown. Nobody wants to say it to her face, but people talk. Me? I moved on. Built a better business. Never posted a word about it. Some people play games thinking they'll never lose. She just picked the wrong opponent.
Jesus Christ!
What kind of Wolf of Wall Street shit is this?
That motherfucker went nuclear.
Oh yeah.
I mean, fair enough. If you're gonna get bite, then it's either sink or swim, and he swam. Like
To be fair, it's like, don't fuck with people getting money. You fuck with people's income, you're gonna see the pettiest side of people.
No, honestly, for me, it's the reputation destruction.
Really?
100%. Because whenever you tear down a
Frosty
name,
was in my chat.
building back up reputation is a lot harder than money. Money you can
Frosty
make.
was in my chat and he said, "Get out of my wall, Squishy. I'm gonna get chaos because you're in my wall."
Oh god.
When am I in your wall? Wait, how am I in your wall? Knock, knock, motherfucker. Beto, Beto.
But no, like,
Anyways.
so this whole thing stemmed from, were they like a couple and broke up, and then she was like, "Fuck you, I'm gonna ruin your career"?
So they were together. He started noticing like little red flags here and there. She noticed that he was distancing, so she fucked his life up. Just so he would stay with her because she thought he was too stupid to figure out it was her.
That is crazy
Either
weird.
Then he
that or
figured it
trying to-
out.
It's
Then
either
he
that or
figured
she
it
was
out.
trying to, yeah.
Yeah. Figured it out. He broke it off. Moved back with his family, all that kind of shit. Then he started his part.
Also, what's the logic behind I'm picturing this in my head. Okay, here, hypothetical. Boom, we're a couple. You get distant from me, and so we work the same job, and instead I get you fucking fired. At what brain cell is like, oh my god, they got me fired? Like, come here, jump into my arms. What?
No, see, here's the thing.
You know what I think about that? You know what I think about that? That bitch caught in 4K.
No, for sure, but I'm pretty sure she just tried to get at him before he could do anything. It's like I'm gonna get you first before you even think about it. Type B.
I'll say, was it just
I'm
like
pretty sure
get
this
you
shit
back
that she's
before
done
something can
quite a few
happen,
times.
or was that
Yeah.
hoping for like a financial
I'm pretty
dependency?
sure the former. Pretty sure the former. Because financial dependency it really wasn't. Like he
Let me
mentioned,
just-
her dad was a surgeon. He probably comes from an affluent family, all things considered. He was dreaming of going to law school. Now the OP never says how much, if he ever contributed to her lifestyle in terms of like financially uplifting her too much. But honestly, the egregious thing here again is the reputation destruction, because you can make money, but you can't build up those business professional connections or those personal connections, because as OP mentions, close friends, people he's known for years, disappeared. And that insinuates to me he didn't mention that, but I'm assumed that she went and spread that shit over to his personal life and his family. His mom was confused as well. And that's the problem with me. Getting fired is one thing, but as we saw, OP could easily just go and make another business, and he had the ability and the know-how to start over. So that's fine, but like the reputation discretion, losing your old life, it's too much. And it's so easy. It was so easy because her shit was sloppy.
Oh, it was definitely sloppy. It's just confusing because, like, if her end goal was for them to stay together, right? Just get him out of the company. Like, how far did you genuinely think that was gonna go?
I mean, I really don't think it's about staying together. I think it's that she was like pretty much having fun and partying, and then decided to just get at him.
She realized that her
Because
shit was
that-
slipping and it was about to get called
Yeah.
out for, like, cheating or whatever. And so
Yeah.
she went nuclear before he even had a chance to comprehend.
Exactly, because that way she can make herself the hero of the story. Like, he was abusive, he was this, and that. He did all these shady things, and then she never gets exposed for all the shit she was doing.
Yeah.
So I really don't think it's about getting together. That's not, because that's psychotic shit. And this is psychotic, of course, but that's like another level. That's Hollywood drama.
Oh, no, it definitely
At
is.
the very least, it's more believable to me that way.
That also just sounds like for VR chat, that's like a Tuesday.
See, but VR chatters move at about 3 times the speed.
Well, their reputation building is different too. Like, I think for this, like, this is an actual, like, real hit to real life of, like, you fucked with income, you fucked with reputation.
Yep.
People in this game, it's, oh, you told the DC on me, and now I can't get into this club, and it's like, all right, buddy. That's a really weird thing to be upset about.
This is little world problems over here. If you're doing this shit in VR chat, shame.
My boobs don't have physics.
That's bullshit. Oh, I hate it here. Anyway, so I'm
This is
gonna
why we
make
told
you
you, don't
lose
use
your
Pumkitty.
job now because of that.
Please no.
Squishy, no, I'm kidding.
The way your unblinking eyes just stare. Please no.
You know what, Papa? I'm gonna get you fired.
They're already gonna do that.
Fucker over here with his 2 pink slips already.
It's baloney.
Oh my
Baloney, I say.
lord.
Thing
Listen.
is, so him and I were talking about it the other night. He's still in his probation period.
Hasn't it been over 90 days?
No.
Oh, it ends in October.
How long is the fucking
Yeah.
probation period?
So I started. When the fuck did I start again?
I feel like over
Sometime.
3
Before summer. Like
Or
March?
May something.
So
May,
I don't know.
probably. Yeah, May. It's a 6-month probation, I think. If I remember
that is
correctly.
insane. Because most jobs do either 30-day to 60-day. 60-day being pretty standard of like 3 months. You know your shit. Have fun.
Which is why I kind of gave up, and I was like, "Hey, yo, I don't really care. You're giving me 3 days out of the week."
I'll say 6 months
Deal
is
with it.
asking an awful lot of like a maybe period of we can get rid of you. That's
So you're
impending
telling-
anxiety.
No, and they tell me, hey, we don't need to be doing this. You're on probation. We can just straight up fire you. But like, you seem like a cool guy. I was like, yeah, shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Get them fired. Let's plan revenge. I'll figure out the bridge. You guys just get them there.
Man, I can call him a meanie, and that's about the best I can do. I can't do this. I can't do what OP did. That's like next gen.
The brick of equality is needed now.
If you get it, I'll put it on it.
Yeah! Anyway. Oh my lord. But with that, are there updates?
No.
Holy shit. Well, you know what? He got his justification in.
Update. She chased me around my apartment, found me, and then tried to kill me.
I was just hoping like update she's completely homeless. Choke on my spit. Anyway.
Yeah,
So-
let me just pat you on the chest real quick. Let me just
Thanks.
pat you on the chest real quick.
My phantom sense is tingling.
Yeah, I'm sitting on the side of the couch now.
No, come back! I have separation anxiety. There we go, that works. Okay. So this one is 3 days old, and it is on Best of Redditor Update. This was originally on Am I the Asshole?
Mhm.
So it's Am I the Asshole for telling my brother-in-law that somebody's gonna punch his girlfriend one day?
Oh, that one.
Yeah. I picked violent ones today. So
It's
we
okay,
got
we're allowed to feel violent.
my older sister recently got married to her longtime fiance. They are polyamorous and both have separate partners each. I have met my sister's boyfriend a few times at holiday events, and he was really nice. My brother-in-law's girlfriend, we'll call her Sally, I've met once before at their engagement party. She seemed nice, but she also seemed like the type of person who wants to be the center of attention. She talked over everyone, insisted on
Ew.
helping my sister open any gifts they received, even told people that she's the reason my sister and brother-in-law were getting married because she's officiating the wedding. It all rubbed me the wrong way, but as long as my sister and brother-in-law were cool with it, who was I to say anything? Things did get a little weird towards the end of the party, however, because Sally got pretty drunk and started loudly proclaiming how monogamy was ruining relationships and was disgusting, and that the only reason people aren't open with their love is because they are scared, insecure, jealous, and controlling. This made most of the people left at the party visibly uncomfortable, and most soon left because she wouldn't stop. Even after my brother-in-law took her aside and told her to chill out. I was helping my sister clean up the party when Sally started questioning me about my stance. My boyfriend had to work, so he wasn't at the party. My sister tried to squash the discussion, but Sally ignored her and asked again. I very calmly explained that I tried polyamory once and quickly realized it wasn't for me, and that I was now very happy in a monogamous relationship, but totally support non-monogamous relationships. Sally started saying something, but my sister very firmly told her that she was drunk and to go lay down. She rolled her eyes and but did stomp back to the bedroom. My sister then explained how Sally was usually very nice, but did make being Polly her whole personality, which has caused problems before. Flash forward to a few weeks later to the wedding itself. Everything went great. It was beautiful. Everyone seemed happy. During the reception, my boyfriend and I were talking to my mom, and Sally approached us to say hi. She's met my mom quite a few times, and my mom is the type to love everyone. My mom introduced me and also introduced my boyfriend. Nothing seemed off. We all said our pleasantries, and that was it. A little later, my boyfriend went to get some drinks for us while I danced with my sister. It was taking him longer than I expected, so I went looking for him. To my surprise, he was being cornered by Sally near the drink table. His back was literally to a wall, and every time he took a step away from her, she would step closer. She was also rubbing his arm in a flirty way. I couldn't hear what she was saying to him, but the relief on his face when he saw me told me everything I needed to know. The only thing I did hear was her whining, "Oh, come on." I walked up, grabbed my drink from his hand, which finally made her take a few steps back. I asked what they were talking about, and she very bluntly and flirtatiously replied, hold on, I need an accent for this. Hold on. I was just telling him how much I love gingers. My boyfriend, obviously, is a ginger. I simply told her, as calmly as I could, to stop being a fucking cunt, and there was plenty of single people at the wedding she could hit on. She said something back, but I was already pulling my boyfriend away, and didn't hear nor care. The rest of the night was uneventful other than normal wedding fun. A few days later, my brother-in-law texted me saying I needed to apologize to Sally because flirting with other people is a part of her personality, and she didn't do anything wrong. I told him that one day she was going to come across someone less nice than me, and she's going to get her shit rocked. My brother-in-law thinks I'm being petty and an asshole. My sister and mom think I was justified, and that Sally was being disrespectful. TLDR, brother-in-law's girlfriend hit on my boyfriend. I called her a cunt. Brother-in-law thinks I should apologize, but I refused and told him one day she's gonna get punched by someone less nice than me. Am I an asshole?
No. That was justified.
I would have swung in a heartbeat. Yeah, we fighting.
Man, okay, here's the thing. I don't understand polyamorous relationships. It's a concept I simply can't, so I just kind of let people do whatever they want. But I have to point out a lot of people that make polyamorous relationships their entire identity don't actually care about what it actually means. That's not actually what they are. They simply put that label on so they can do whatever the fuck they want with justification.
Pretty much.
Oh, yeah.
To me, polyamorous relationships looks like people. It looks to me like people looking for a hookup, but wanting a justifiable excuse to keep the dedicated relationship. They just want to cheat, but not be judged for it. That's how I look at it for most people. There's some that genuinely feel like they like that. It's fine. That's fine, and you'll notice those people. Those people will. It's not their person. Literally, unless you ask them, you wouldn't know. Unless they explain it to you, and then it's just a casual thing for them. But if your entire thing is just how you're dating multiple people and you're shitting on people in a monogamous relationship, you're asking for people to respect how you live your life, but then you're gonna disrespect them for living their life how they want. No, you're just a narcissist.
Dude, anybody who makes that shit their personality, because and to that degree, if that's what you want to do with your life, if that's what you like, do you do you. I know, I personally am monogamous, but that is because, I do not have that capability in the slightest. Props to you if you do, and I don't mean that in, a hateful manner. And I do have friends who are polyamorous, but you can definitely see the difference, and I think you see it commonly within this fucking game.
Yep.
It's a personality, and it's not, because end of the day, it's just a tiny label. And I would say that's no different than the people who make, being gay their entire personality.
Mm-hmm.
we fall on to the LGBT, like we're on there, but we can't make that our entire personality because like at the end of the day, there's so much more to a person. But if you keep having this one thing at like the front and center that doesn't really matter in the grand scheme, you're doing it for attention.
Exactly.
And then at the
It's
same
not, like-
time,
Oh, it's not like you're gonna go up to someone like say if Papa and I never met, right? It's not like I'm gonna go up to you and be like, "Hi, I'm squishy. I'm pansexual. I like everyone. I even like your mom." You know that I'm not gonna fucking do that.
yo, side note,
because
I
that's
actually
not-
love his mom. That woman
I love
is
his
a
mom.
My mom is
godsend.
goated. My mom is goated.
I love his mother. Anyways, but like I'm not
seen her
gonna
in a bit.
walk. I'm not gonna walk up to her or walk up to. Oh God, you made me say her 'cause now I'm thinking of your fucking badass mother. Anyways, I'm not gonna
Hey,
walk
my
up
Highlight.
to you. I'm not gonna walk up to you and like say that straight up to you because that's just a part of me, but that's not a part of my personality. Like I'm
Yeah.
fucking. It's
See,
just,
but we also have to keep in mind that in this game, it's pretty common, honestly. If someone
Oh,
walked up to
yeah.
me and did that, I'd be like, cool, and then just continue with my shit. It's like, there's no point.
I will say the biggest thing
if
that
someone
irks me.
walks-
It's the disrespect of like, listen, you know, if you want to make that your personality, make it your personality. If you want to fucking have that front and center for the world and be like a pick me with it, live it up. But you have to respect other people's life choices, and for her to like frequently disrespect other people for being monogamous to the degree of like, oh, I don't like your stance, so I'm gonna go hit on your boyfriend and make him extremely uncomfortable. Like, you're harassing somebody. End of the day, regardless of like genders or whatever you view on anything, you're sexually harassing this poor man who is just trying to get a drink. Leave him
Like,
alone.
pulling back into the LGBT linking here, it's like, imagine someone which is part of the LGBT. Oh, fuck. I bit my tongue. LGBTQ community walking up to a straight person and saying like, you're not gay, you're straight, and that's fucking disgusting, you should be gay. The only
It's
reason
like-
that you're straight is because you're scared and you're insecure and you're jealous.
It's like reverse homophobia. Is there a word for that?
Probably.
Probably. Do I need to search it?
There's probably
I mean,
some stupid
Education
fucking word
moment, I
for it,
guess.
but it's just like respecting
Yeah, I'm not
people's
looking it up.
differences and boundaries, and it's like, if you want more polyamorous people, go find more polyamorous people. But to corner some poor guy, and let's also be for real from like a girl standpoint, this was not done out of like, oh, I like gingers, I'm gonna keep hitting on him. This was, oh, you're this girl's boyfriend, and I don't like her because she told me to sit down. So I'm now going to chase after what she has to try to like. That was to cause a
Oh
rift.
my
That was
God.
nothing else.
Tom, we're dumb.
also mention.
What?
Oh,
It's heterophobic.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense.
bro. But let's circle back.
Oh
to,
yeah, Light put it in
the guy
chat.
That look, the guy going in and saying you gotta apologize to Sally for trying to hit on your sister's monogamous. Like, what the fuck, man?
Oh, dude, that like grow a pair of balls and tell your girl that she can't just fucking harass people, because that is an exact true point of like she's gonna get her shit rocked. Because if that was
I think if
me,
you're truly
oh hell no.
Yeah. If you're truly polyamorous, I think that you are gonna be in those types of relationships with people that are like-minded, and that you're gonna try and respect everybody else. And you realize that this is a foreign concept. This is like something very niche. Like most people don't believe in this, and most people at this day and age and this state in 2025, most people are gonna respect it. So
And
you
it's
just have
like-
to, you have to hook up with people and date people in the same mindset that also try and respect the others. Because if you can't do this.
You can't
now
just be
you
a
get dragged
creeper
around
at
by
the
the other
bar to
women.
hit on people either. I would worry, like, I feel
Yeah.
like even if she found another polyamorous person, they just weren't into her. Jesus Christ, girl, you do not take no well. You had this poor man cornered and he was just trying to get away with his drink and you were just like, this is not anime. You can't just keep them to the wall and they're gonna fall in love with you. You're gonna get your shit rocked. But, you know,
think
this wouldn't
people
be a complete
underestimate. They
story
don't
if
touch
it
grass
wasn't
enough.
from Best of Redditor updates. So, few relevant
That's true.
comments is flirting with people is a part of her personality. That's not a personality trait, that's a choice. Flirting with non-single monogamous people who don't want it is sexual harassment. So OP did respond, my poor boyfriend is so socially anxious that he just kept telling her no thank you, even when she wasn't asking a yes or no question.
I love
So
it.
everybody is
I'd pretty
saying,
much do that.
everyone's saying that she's not the asshole. And for reference of how, like, fresh this is, the original post was June 23rd, and the update comes the next day. So we have, sorry about not
I'm
posting
sorry.
last night.
I can't get this out of my head. Hold on. Just
Uh-oh.
imagine this bitch. Just fucking hold on. Where's my wall? Imagine this bitch. Okay. Imagine you're the boyfriend. All right.
I'm a man.
Imagine this bitch. Just fucking.
Got big ass forehead.
I like gingers.
See. Hi, how are ya?
Hey, yo, pretty boy, what you got there?
Dude, but like wholeheartedly, I feel like this hits a little close to home. Just because, like, I have a ginger. So if I'm out at a social setting and someone has to be like, oh, just let him know how much I like gingers. Oh, really? Because that ginger's mine. And I will catch a felony.
See,
You're about to get
the
stick
thing
bugged.
is, in my brain,
I just have business cards just
Instead
saying
of-
that ginger's mine. Go away.
instead of her saying I like gingers, all I can hear her saying is like to the boyfriend, like, I'm gonna tickle your balls later. I don't know why that's
Silver.
the first thing that comes to my mind, but that's what comes to my mind. It's just like that close, intimately, forehead to forehead. I'm gonna tickle your balls later.
Oh, God. Silver tuned in at the best time. But, like,
Imagine
no,
they hit you
because
with a coochie coochie coo.
I think about, like, real life experiences of when I've been, like, in a bar. And there has been experiences, like, with my family where, like, a guy has been creepy to me or been creepy to my mom. And it's like, you need to watch what you say to people because, like, you're gonna get your shit rocked. Because the amount of times that, like, I think one moment that, like, for me, I had to walk away because I was like, I'm gonna hit you. I'm gonna throw hands with a grown man, and if you take me out, like, I'm going out swinging. As my dad was, like, missing from the bar. And I was like, where'd dad go? And mom was like, you know, he's outside talking to somebody. And I was like, okay, I want to be where dad is. So I left the bar. He's talking, you know, they're exchanging military stuff with each other. I have no idea what the fuck they're talking about, but I like to be involved.
Oh, it's this story, ain't it? The
Probably.
recruiter one?
No, I wasn't there for that. That was camping and I got a text on Facebook. But
Right.
this guy, I went out and, like, you know, dad gives me a hug and I was like catching up to figuring out what was going on. This guy looks at me and goes, whoa! And goes back to my dad and he's like, is that your hot as fuck wife? And they just kind of looked at each other and he was like, that's my fucking kid. Watch your mouth. Dude was super weird. Because then he was like, oh, like,
Even if it was,
I want a
even
hug
if
from,
it
like, the
was
pretty
your
woman.
fault.
Right? I was like, even if I was, like, what the fuck? You don't just say that to somebody. That's how you get
That's
hit.
really radical, dude.
Like, oh my god. It was a weird story. Like, after that, I was like, I'm gonna go back to mom. And he was like, go back to mom. We're gonna have to leave this bar soon. And I was like, okay. We gotta leave soon. But, okay, back to this update. Sorry for not posting last night. I needed some time to collect my thoughts. Also, sorry for the length. I tried to stick to the most important details, but alas, I failed a bit. So, a day after the wedding, I told my sister about what happened. She waited until they came back from the honeymoon to tell brother-in-law. Brother-in-law texted Sally about her side of things, and now I understand why he was so mad. Sally told him that all she did was tell my boyfriend he was cute and I overheard. Lie 1. And that I went berserk and yes, called her a cunt, but also said a lot of terribly polyphobic things. Lie 2. I was shocked that my brother-in-law, who's known me for 10 plus years, would honestly think that I would say something like that. Keep in mind, he's only known Sally for 6-ish months, and he admits that she's lied to him before. We got Sally on the phone to hear her side of things firsthand. Instantly? Oh, they misspelled the word. Okay. Instantly, my sister clocked that the story she wrote in text was different from what she said on the phone. Your husband is screaming. He's dying. R.I.P. Let us know what bridge it was.
Region Health.
He's not dying. He's speaking Chinese to someone in a blanket.
Oh. Squishy has been clipped. That's all I get. Oh my god.
Wait, what? I got clipped? Oh,
Light
no.
clipped you.
I want it. I want it. I want it. Where's the camera? Where's your camera? I want
It's
it.
somewhere. I don't know where it's at. Alright, but let's see here.
I want it.
So, my sister instantly clocked that the story she wrote in text was different from what was said on the phone. I said certain things, then I didn't say those things. Then I said other things, or did other things. At one point, she said I pushed her, and then it became I just reached for her. The whole thing was a mess. Before the Reddit police come for me saying anything, saying this was an interrogation and that we were putting pressure on her, and that she was scared, and that's why her story kept changing. My boyfriend and I literally didn't talk unless we were asked a direct question. My brother-in-law had a baby voice the whole time and called her sweetie and baby. My sister was polite but direct to all of us, which I'm not surprised because she hates drama and just wanted to get all this over with. Anyway, after the back and forth, Sally admitted that she did only remember me calling her a cunt that night, but that if I said that, I must have said other things and she just couldn't remember them clearly. Honestly and truly, what the fuck? She also still insisted she only called my boyfriend cute, but Missy ma'am, you just sat there for 45 minutes lying. Why would I believe the words of a known liar over my boyfriend to whom my knowledge hasn't lied to me in the whole 3 years we've been together? Make it make sense. I fucking love this girl. After we hung up, brother-in-law apologized to us. He said Sally sounded so hurt in the original text that he automatically jumped to me underplaying the events and my boyfriend's overplaying the events. He is not sure if he'll break up with her, which personally, I think that's a little crazy, but whatever. That's his prerogative. Luckily, my sister and him don't throw parties or events normally, so if he stays with Sally, I doubt I'll ever see her again. Probably not the most satisfying ending everybody wanted, but that's what we have. Thank you for those who sent support and kind words during a bizarre time.
That's it?
That's it.
What the fuck?
They didn't break up.
I mean,
There wasn't more screaming.
It's gonna be nuclear.
I wanted it to be nuclear. That
I was hoping they would break up. They're not gonna stay together. Let's be real.
Yeah, like I was gonna hoping they would break up, but I was like, okay, you know what? This is a well-adjusted, normal situation dealt with like how you normally would. Like this is actually like a normal ending. It's not. I literally you got my life destroyed, and I completely demolished yours. Type of nuclear.
Cut in 4K.
Well, because here's the thing too. I think what's wild to me is you're actually gonna literally take this shit and throw it to the side. Just about the brother-in-law, you were admitting that she has lied before. In 6 month period that she has lied to you numerous times before. In 6 months, that you would still believe her over your actual family, who has never lied to you and you know isn't that hateful of a person. and then you see the lies literally unfolding in front of you to where like none of it lines up and none of it makes sense of what she's saying, and you still are like, no, it's okay, like she just had a bad day. Well, you're delusional. And listen, buddy, when that wool comes off, you're in for the rancid, most heart-wrenching breakup because you put yourself in that situation.
You know, I'm pretty sure that specifically in polyamorous situation like this one, where it's a real narcissist that makes the entire personality another person, the coochie just must be that good.
There is
That's
no way the
literally
coochie's
only
that
thing I can
good.
think about.
Because also,
no.
Crazy.
well, like they're polyamorous, so you have a main coochie, right?
But okay, but he's greedy. This is the problem with what. This is why I don't understand the situations. You have a main coochie, yeah, but he's fucking greedy. He got a second one.
I just had to remind Mason not to say slurs.
Magenta.
Because he's in a black cat. He's people watching. He's interacting with people. It's bound.
That's fair.
They'll be
But, like,
fine,
also-
they'll be fine.
All right.
I'm just-
Before we continue conversation, my stream, I'm ending it just in case.
That's a fair point.
So everyone say bye
Fair enough.
for my stream.
Bye, Squishy
Adios.
Stream.
See you next week.
Type in the comments what bridge you would choose.
What
Oh,
bridge?
God.
No, because here's the thing that like bothers me so much, and okay, maybe this is potentially coming from like an insanely ignorant perspective from like all three of us because we're not polyamorous. But like I genuinely just, even like polyamory aside, even if the Sally person was his only person, right? 6 months, you know she lies, you know she causes problems, you know flirting is a personality. Hate that fucking line. It's never a personality, it's a choice. So it's like you literally have every red flag just boom, 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 boom. It is you. The warehouse is right here. You're watching them get made, and you're just like, yeah, no, I'm gonna stay together. She just had a bad night. What? What fucking like you're gonna have the
I'm gonna stay
gnarliest
together
breakup.
with her.
No bullshit.
He's got a nice
No
pussy. Like that's basically what he's saying.
Like it's not that good, home dog. There's no way.
There's no way that there is a way. There's a reason why some people get side pieces.
Because like then
And
what
mostly
happens
the
when she
main
does
one
get
is
her
worse
shit rocked?
than the side one. So
Dude.
the main one it kind of just gets overshadowed, and you have to like protect protect that.
So I'm also slightly confused, just also in a sense of like, I think this, again, coming from an ignorance of I don't understand polyamory. In terms of having numerous partners, from what I've seen with my friends who are polyamorous, it comes down to communication. Like you have to say like, hey, I'm interested in this person. You cool if I pursue it? So that way like everybody's on board, right? Now, granted, I'm sure there's situations where it's like, hey, like we're the mains, but you can go do whatever you want with whoever else and we don't care.
Sally's mom.
But like, where's the communication in any of this where you're just like, you're getting married, but you're cool with your girlfriend? This is so hard for me to comprehend. You're getting married to your wife, but you're cool with your girlfriend going off to your sister-in-law's boyfriend and sexually harassing him for 45
Like,
fucking
no,
minutes
thank you.
on
I
your
think there should be a
wedding.
rule. There should be a rule that just you don't touch family. If you're gonna be in that, like don't go for family. Because then you get into a situation where you could very easily just like circle back into incest. And I don't.
It's just, I don't like it's just so confusing to me because I thought, like, again, I'm just never gonna understand it. So like, not trying to be disrespectful in this situation, it just doesn't make sense in my brain of like, you're just cool, like you're getting married to the love of your life, but your girlfriend can go and hit on people just at the drop of a hat, like on a whim, and it's chilling, and it doesn't matter who it is.
What
But
if
even,
what if
like-
they get real drunk and they don't take the actual precautions?
Right? Like, then what do you do? Because, like, I feel like if you're polyamorous and you have that kind of dynamic where you're cool with them doing whatever with whoever, holy shit, how often do y'all have to get tested? That sounds like a very scary time for me.
So imagine, oh, by the way, my third fling got me pregnant.
accidental pregnancies, like STIs, STDs, like what? It's one wrong thing.
Like I said, in this specific situation, with I know my tone's has been a little hostile with polyamory situations. I just think they're kind of dumb. No disrespect. I think y'all understand. Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
I think it's just so you
It's
like
not
what
like
you
it-
like, and we're never gonna
not
understand it
very
'cause it's not our tea.
Yeah, and it's like, look, in this specific situation, I can honestly say they're not polyamorous. They're just a hoe that used a convenient label to just do whatever the fuck they want.
I'll say the
I'm pretty sure
lying,
this
flirting is a
situation-
personality. They don't mind pushing their beliefs onto other people, no matter how uncomfortable it makes them, or talking to other taken people because they believe that everybody should be polyamorous. Like, you're just a homewrecker.
Yeah.
And I will relish the day that that bitch gets clocked. It'll be awesome.
He's trolling people in a black cat. I'm scared.
That's beautiful. But, you know, I would say with our confusion of not understanding things, that is actually all we have for tonight. So I hope that everybody in Twitch comments, the bridge. Tell us which bridge. And
Yes.
I guess your guys' thoughts on this last story, because I do find this really intriguing. So even over on like Spotify and YouTube, when this is posted, I am curious to hear opinions on that. And with that, obviously, thank Papa for taking the time to come hang with us again. I know this is a shorter episode. I am not 100% yet. I'll be fine next week. I just need to sleep a lot. And with that, the links will be linked where the links are linked. Give everybody love. Give everybody follows. And we'll see you guys next week. Bye-bye. I also got clipped. Fuck.